Good morning, it is day 3 of our Crafty Roo Advent Calendar. Hope you're having fun. So far we have got this very useful stamp for making your own flowers, butterflies or leaves. And then yesterday, turn it the right way up, we got this one which was our number textures. A little teeny tiny one. And we've made, so far, we've made a tag. There we go. And a little card. As you can see, don't know if you can quite see, there we go, you can see those numbers in the background, and then we made a little butterfly as well. So cute. So what will be behind today's door? Don't know. Should we find out though? There we go, there's my advent calendar. So we are looking for day number 3. I can see number 4. Number 3 is all the way up here. Let's see if I can get in it today. Nope, not happening. There we go. And there we go, it's another texture stamp. Yep, I remember now. There we go. I really need to make the stamps smaller next year. Make it easier to get them out the doors. There we go. So today's is, I don't know if you can quite see. There you go, a little texture stamp full of little squares. Little higgledy-piggledy squares. Right then, let's get crafting, shall we? Not quite sure what we're going to do, but I'm sure now we've got three stamps. We've got 2 textures and that one. Wonder what we'll do. Right, I've decided we're going to do an index card today. So I've got a nice blank page in my book. And my idea is, so if I tell you my idea, you'll see whether we do it or not. How close to it we come, shall we say. We're going to put our lovely squares down there, maybe a bit of a splodgy background, build up our layers using our little numbers, and then we are going to create a flower in this bottom corner for a little bit of, well, to pop a flower there because I think it'll look quite cool. Yep, so that's my plan. So we're going to start off with, I think we're going to start off with some splodging. I'm going to use the same colours again because actually it's turned out to be quite a nice theme, isn't it, using the same colours. So my colours are up at the back here. I'm going to go with my salvage patina first. I'm going to do another splodgy background. So I'm just going to pop a little bit on the back of that. Give it a quick spritz. And then I want to try and keep this. So, oops. And there we go. Just like that. Got it on my desk as well. I've got that everywhere then. Wrong side. I just need to dry this so we can pop our second colour on. So that was salvage patina. Right, so next we're going to use our broken china. Again, I'm just going to grab this bit. Oops. And give it a quick spritz. There we go. And you've noticed I've not spritzed this one quite as much because I want, can you see I'm getting better dots? Yep, not quite spritzed it, it's not as much. And to be fair, this bit here's got hardly any water on it at all. There we go, that will do. Give that a wipe off and then we'll give it another quick dry. So it's all ready to go. So I'm going to start building up my layers of texture now. So I'm going to start off with our lovely squares going down. And I'm going to start off with that pale colour. So I'm going to go, ooh, I might go speckled egg actually. I'm just inking it up. Now remember your ink pads, I'm working on oxides here, so they dip down in the middle. Oops, my heat gun wanted to fall off the wall at me then. As you can see, the way I've designed this one is you can link him up. Oops, I didn't put it quite in the centre. That's okay. Not the end of the world. Now let's go there. Can't quite see where I'm stamping. Be somewhere closer, won't it? I've ended up in the same place. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. I meant to do more random. I've just had to, oh, it's not going to fit. I'm going to have to, just like that. Wouldn't recommend dropping it. I've gone a bit over the top with this. I'm going to keep going though. See if we can save this dog's dinner. I should have left it at maybe 1. That's okay. I've seen if I could. And maybe I shouldn't. Right, so this time we're going to go over with our numbers. Am I? Or do you think that's a bit too much? I am going to do this just empty off my stamp like that. There we go. I haven't cleaned it yet. I will do. Gone a bit too much, hasn't it? Never mind. We'll keep going and see what happens. It can only get better, can't it? And then we're just going to do a few random numbers. Looks like a brick wall, doesn't it? I am going to start coming over this way a little bit more as well. Right, I'm going to leave that like that. Okay, it looks better, doesn't it? As soon as I put those numbers on there, it didn't look like I've just made a wall from that stamp. Right, so decision time. Because I've gone a little bit heavy-handed, I was going to stamp onto white card the petal for the flower. I'm not. I'm going to use the pattern papers again. I know I keep using these pattern papers, but they're here, and I did say we try and use them up this week with this stamp set. I'm going to move that to one side so it doesn't get messy. And we are going to roll up my sleeves first. I'm going to stamp our this one. So I'm going to treat it like a flower. And I think it was on day 1 I said it looks really nice if you stamp 3 of these and lay them up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start in this corner down here. So I'm going to stamp 1 just like that. I'm going to twist it round, stamp 2. Now you want being like thirds, don't you? Stamp 1 in each third. 2. It's like a bow tie, doesn't it? Or a hair bubble. You know, a hair bow. 3. So this is going to be our top layer, and then on the bottom layer, when I stamp it, instead of stamping it so it's touching, if you noticed, on this one, I made sure that centre bit was touching. Yep. On this one, because I want it to be a little bit bigger, don't I? When I turn it, I'm going to stamp in my third again, but this time, can you see? I'm leaving a bit of a gap in the middle, so about 1/2 centimetre in the middle. Yep. So when I turn it, I'll leave that little gap again. Oops. Let's fold that out of my way. It's fighting with me. And there's number 3. You can see he's got about 1/2 centimetre between each of them. And again, we've used our VersaFine Clair, so we're just going to dry these off. It's actually soaked into the paper quite quickly, that ink. So I'm just going to grab my gel pen, because you saw how tricky it was yesterday to do our white work on it. So I'm just going to do it really quickly now. Move that one out from underneath. I think this time I'm just going to come in from the top. Yep, just going to keep going around these, adding a little bit of white work to it. So this is our top one. It's quite close together. And then we've got our bottom one, our bottom layer. There we go. And then this is our bottom layer, so I'm going to do exactly the same again. Just adding that little bit of white to it. I do like it, I'm going to do a different design on this bit. And then once I've done all this white work, well, all this white work, I mean, it's like a few little dots and dashes, isn't it? Not too much at all. Could have gone to town. We could. My other idea was we were going to stamp it onto white and then use the texture stamps to decorate it. But I think, oh, I've done this the wrong one now. It's because I was saying it's dead easy. There you go. There's always one that's different, isn't there? I could never do three the same. Yep, so all I'm going to do now is cut these out and then we can add them to our book. So I've cut them out now. Can you see this one? I've left quite a lot in between those petals, so it all sticks together. This one I've just left a little bit in the centre, so we can just hide that when we come to put it all together. Then that just fits inside nicely like that, and it's going to go on our book. I'm not going to form them too much because this book does get closed, so any forming of them we do, it's kind of wasted, isn't it? But I'm going to do a little bit of doodling. Like that. Ooh. I'm just getting stuck on my desk. Bring that down a little bit more. I'm going to come across on this one too. Oops. There's something stuck in my gel pen. You can see how he's not giving me a nice smooth line. Just means I've got a little bit of it must have gone crusty. Just need to clear it out. There we go. I'm going to do another line because I made a mess of that one. Oops, I didn't mean to colour that in. I guess we are now. Just get this coloured in as we go down. Like that. Actually, it does look quite nice coloured in, doesn't it? I won't shout at myself too much for making a mess of it. Yep, it is a very scratchy pen, this one. I must have something just stuck up the nib of it. Because gel pens are a ball inside them, in the nib. And they do get little bits just stuck in them from time to time, and that's why they don't give you a nice line sometimes. Oops. And all you need to do is just keep running it on a moist surface and it'll soon loosen up whatever's stuck in there. You've probably seen me before running it on my finger, because that helps loosen whatever's stuck. There we go. Nearly. Oh, yeah, a little bit more. And then, so that's going to go down there like so. Don't want it sticking out my book too much because I've got an elastic band that goes around the top. And then I'm just going to write on here, because it's my index card book, I always like to put a date on it. So I'm going to put, I'm going to hold on to my page while I write. So Crafty Roo Advent 2022, and it's day 3. Actually, that deserves an exclamation mark, doesn't it? There we go. Oh, no, I've done that there now. So that is going to go there like so. Let me just grab a little bit of my glue, or in my case glossy accents, because I can't find my glue. Well, I can, but it's just bunged, the nozzle's bunged up, so I need to get unbunging it before I can do anything with it. There we go. I'm going to pop that there. And then, the other day I had some stickles. Yes, I did. They're there still. And then we've got day 1, day 2 and day 3 all in the same colour scheme. Oh, and I remember it ended up like a walnut whip as well. There we go. So is this one. How cool is that? So I hope you enjoyed that. That was our day 3 make. So far we have got those 3 lovely stamps that we have been working with. And tomorrow we'll be opening day 4 and our envelopes. So do check back. It'll be live at 11 o'clock. But first up, should we just have a quick look at what we've made so far with it? We've made our lovely tag. There we go. On day 2 we made a little 4x4 card, made it into a butterfly, and then today we've done our index card. Pretty cool, hey? So do join me tomorrow, the 4th of December at 11 o'clock here on YouTube or Facebook, whichever one is easier for you, and we'll be opening our day 4 door and our day 4, it's here, it's here, look, our day 4 envelope. There you go, it's there. So do come and join me then. Take care, stay safe, and I will see you tomorrow.